All right, ladies and gentlemen, they're at the dirt track in Kern County Raceway Park as we get ready to go for heat races, starting it off with the Junior Mini Dwarf. Starting on the pole is the number 43K machine of Landon King. To Landon's outside is the number 76 machine of Striker Conley. Row number 2 to the inside as we go green, the number 3 machine of Corbin Kuma. We got the 25 in the field of Carson Conway and some contact. The 21H driver, Seth Hansen, and rounding out the field, the 84 of White Webb. 3 wide out of turn number 4, and contact! A couple contacts.
Yeah. And
we had enough to give someone full vision.
A decklet flew off. We're just out of control here tonight.
You almost sounded like Michael Waltrip right there.
The truckers.
Truckers. Oh, man. So involved in that one.
You can continue that in a second. Who was involved?
Was the number 43 machine of Landon King as well as the 21H of Seth Hansen. Hansen and King both having some pretty significant contact there, Tommy. But what's nice about these cars is I feel like these things are built like a brick.
I think so, and rightfully for the drivers that are in them.
Yeah. So it's not as easy, I feel like, to break a bunch of stuff up. I've never personally worked on one of these, but just from that contact being a sign. You know what else is built like a brick?
What's that?
Okie Ball Hardtops.
Yes, they are.
I said Okie Ball, but I think they're just called Bakersfield Hardtops.
Yeah, now they're called Bakersfield Hardtops because they don't primarily race at the Okie Bowl anymore.
Yeah, so Bakersfield Hardtops. Tommy mentioned good, bad, ugly. The good definitely goes with the car counts. Drivers excited about racing tonight. They're also happy to see the sun has gone down. When we left, or I should say when we got here, Tommy, the temperature gauge was reading 107 degrees when we pulled in. So definite drop in temperature. I think we're already down probably into the 80s at this point.
Gotta be.
So that's nice. So that's also a good. So people are getting set up. People are excited. Some of the bad.
I can show you another good. This gentleman's got nachos. Wait. Do they have nachos?
I don't know.
Looks like nachos to me.
Ready to go, ladies.
That's a mystery.
Once again, thanks for.
They look like they're enjoying it too.
I was gonna say the bad probably
is the result of those nachos.
Is the result of those? No, that's the ugly. But I was gonna say the bad involved. Obviously, like we said, it's been hot today, but a lot of these drivers and crews prepared for that. But Tommy, talk about the ugly. We have a couple cars in the pit area that are already on the hook, already having issues, and we're gonna fill you all in on that as we go through these heat races. Want to remind there are people watching this on YouTube, and we want to say hello there onto YouTube. Now, for those watching on YouTube, this is delayed coverage, of course.
Yeah, everybody alive is like, huh?
Everyone that's live is good to go. They're live. Now, they don't have to worry about it. Our YouTube coverage is delayed, but and that's just for the heat races. But want to remind everybody, lowbudget.tv is where they can go to watch the racing like the people watching live here tonight are. So we get ready for the restart. Green flag is in the air. Let's try this again. 8 laps of heat race action. King has the lead, but has a challenger to the inside, the 76 of Conley. I don't know where the track is anymore.
I don't know. I don't think he knows.
I think we made this like 10th of a mile and 11th of a mile.
I like this cheater bar back here on the 3 car.
You mean like how that thing looks like it's set up to race it? I don't know.
I just like the wheel covering on the back.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, the cheater bar, we'll call it.
Yeah, but Tommy, that thing looks like it was set up to race at Daytona in the 60s.
I think you're right. A super bird dwarf.
Well, way out ahead is Striker Conley. Second place now held by the 21H machine of Seth Hansen. Third place, the pole starter, the 43 machine of Landon King. And then a battle for fourth as Hansen goes wide. The 84 machine holds that spot of Webb, but is getting challenged. Oh, and Webb opens the door and allows the 25cc of Carson Conway to take over the spot.
The Conways are definitely getting their name into dirt track racing.
King trying to hold off. Oh, look at that car bounce up and down like a basketball. And we might have lost a chain on the 25cc machine. And bump draft almost from the leader. Well, these cars are chain-driven, Tommy, and you might be able to help me explain this to the audience not as familiar with mini dwarfs, that the chain drive, it's kind of like a bicycle chain.
Yeah.
If you want to imagine. Another car off the actually, it's a caution flag that we do have. They want to push the 25 of Carson Conway further off the racetrack.
Well, Striker Connolly didn't appreciate that very much.
Striker's like, what the heck? Cut me some slack, Jack.
But yeah, imagine, well, these things are basically glorified go-karts, if you want to really to dumb these down. They're much more than a go-kart. They're racing machines. But, yeah, I mean, lawnmower powered engine with chain drive to the rear axle. And once that chain breaks, you got no power to the rear tires.
Was in a little precarious position there in turn number 2. We got it pushed out of the way.
Well, they're going to get that car out of the way. Now, Tommy, one thing we're going to be dealing with tonight, it looks like, at least for the start, is timing and scoring appears to be down.
Yeah, something wrong. We had, obviously, a canceled Pro Stock qualifying. Troubles early.
So, talking about some of the ugly, Tommy. I guess that's kind of ugly. we also had a malfunction, I think, with the water truck at one point. It kind of wetted things down, but I mentioned we have some cars that are having issues back in the pit area. One of them, actually 2 of them, involve Pro Stocks here tonight. One of which is the 11X machine, Tim Randolph. Sounds like that car might be done for the weekend.
Really?
Yeah. Something in the motor broke.
The white 11X, huh? Teammate to Clay Daly, I believe.
He told me what it was. I think, if my memory serves me correct, it was a header.
Oh, wow.
White and green flag. This is a one-lap dash to the finish. Striker Conley, I think, is going to finish this one up quite nicely.
I think so.
Taking the checkered flag. The 76 machine is Striker Conley. Hansen comes across the line under pace.
He gave it up too soon.
And then you got Webb in the 84 machine. Is there any wonder why it's a spider on the side of a car whose driver's name is Webb?
I wonder. I like the paint scheme.
Yeah, me too. Looks good.
Oh,
we have one more heat race for the senior mini dwarfs, and then we're going to have junior mini dwarfs do one heat race here. I'm sorry, I mixed that up. Junior mini dwarfs have one more heat, and then senior mini dwarfs only have one.
This is not a mini dwarf.
You sure?
Monster truck dwarf.
You gotta be sure.
Row number 3 in the 09 machine is driver Branson Spear. On the inside, the number 7 of Tucker Carey.
Do you want to go around?
I could right.
Number 2.
As long as I'm not bothering you.
You're always bothering me.
Good. As long as someone does. All right, in this field, the number 57 that is piloted by Hank Hall, fast driver out here, as well as the 12N on his outside, Adam Knoll. Inside row number 2, the 5M of Logan Miller, and to Logan's outside will be the 09 of Branson Spear. 81, I apologize, of DJ George and the 7 of Tucker Carey stuck to each other. Riding out the field, the 09 of Spear. But we continue to race on. Hank Hall has a light. He's actually patrolling the field here tonight.
Look at the 7 machine hanging out wide.
7 of Tucker Carey.
Let's see if Carey does it again here.
Driving it like it's a sprint car. There he goes, but around and I thought was going to spin out with the 5M of Logan Miller. Now this turned into a battle for third out of turn number 3 and 4. And to the, they get collected there. I thought they were stuck. So Miller slips back to 4th, and the 7 machine of Carey moves up to 3rd. Hall, your leader, the number 57 machine, on hot pursuit here tonight.
It's a police car.
Gets by the 81 of DG George.
Oh, the 7 machine.
Where's Carey going? Into the tractor tire there. There we go. I think he got stuck there for a second.
His game glitched.
Well, your top two are separated by a half a track. The white flag waving for Hank Hall gets by Logan Miller in the 5M machine. Oh, contact going into turn number 1.
These two have gotten together 3 times in this race.
Oh my goodness. And out of turn number 4, Hank Hall to the checkered stripe.
Oh, rivalry with the kids.
Dumping him and makes it a 3-car wreck.
We might do it one more time just for good measure.
Oh man. Well, we have a child rivalry here tonight.
It's about time we saw more of these.
Tucker Carey threw it into turns number 1 and 2 wide open. Climbed over the 81 of DG George. George was not having anything about it going into turn number 3.
Fifth in the 7 machine, and the 81 of DG George rounds out the field in 6th.
What's funny is anybody that's familiar with mini dwarfs don't need to be told this, but we do have kids racing. It's not usually the kids that end up fighting.
Oh yeah.
7 cars.
It's the parents. Much like any sport that involves kids. I did some sports as a kid myself.
Were your parents ever crazy?
Nah. But I definitely dealt with some crazies.
That's true.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
Well, we're getting ready to go green. These are the junior mini dwarfs. 8-lap main event. If we make it without a caution. Looks like we just might. So, green flag is in the air. First car in the field has the best looking numbers. 60. That's a 60 car pulling away, but man, look at the battle for second. This is where all the action's at. The 60 of Taylor Morrison leads the way with the 72 machine of Mason Conway, and we got a, you know, when you can turn the wheels like that, there's a problem. Now that, Tommy, as we know, is a trailer race.
That is.
Well, I was talking about we could get through the rest of the starting lineup here. The 72 machine, Mason Conway, started on the pole, so back to second. Third place runner right now, the 7 of Nathan Edwards. Totally looks like a car from Irwindale that we're familiar with.
Yep.
Andrew Porter. I think you made that joke last time. The 86 straight up, I believe.
Yes. No, that's 86M.
That is the 86M, so that's Mallory Myers. You saw what I saw.
Yeah.
And funny enough, it would have been the same 2 cars. And then we got Zoll Warren in the 86 straight up car. The 12 machine that got stuck. Zoe. That's what I said. Sorry, my tongue froze.
You must have. Brain.
What's funny is I talked to the Warren camp,
Yeah.
and they were making fun of us because we said that she was driving an 86M car in the last race, and it was an 86Z. And he's like, or no, I'm sorry, 143.
123.
See, exactly. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm jacking this up because I know they're probably going to watch this tonight and be like, okay. I made a joke that we can't read.
Well,
I guess not much
following
of a joke.
through with it.
Zoll. So, again, that's Zoe Warren in the 86 machine. And then the 12 that got connected was Austin Murch. Now, we like having fun with the drivers and teams out here. I don't think did I ever say, I did not. The 24 machine of Trenton Yurto kind of slipped under my cracks.
Sitting mid-pack, dead center in the middle of the pack right now.
That is the Oreo filling right there. While we get ready for the restart, the 60 machine kind of had this one in command. Green flag is in the air, and immediately a move by the 7 machine of Nathan Edwards. Take over the second spot. Yurto.
There's Yurto going.
To the front.
Taylor Morrison not wasting any time in the lead, gaining time over the second spot.
Oh man, the 86 is battling it out of turn number 4. 3 wide down the front straightaway with the junior mini dwarfs. And into turn number 1, they hold on to it. Warren, Myers,
off-road racing.
And sideways is Murch in the 12. And they're closing in on the 72 machine now. So Conway going to have to deal with these drivers. Also a battle for the second spot. Yurto chasing down the 7 machine.
You know, you can't really put tires on the infield of these little kids' track.
Yeah.
But I think they're about ready to make a berm out of the corners.
I think so. Side by side for second. Yurto to the inside of Edwards. Takes over that position.
I'm watching this 12-car merch.
You should. You can really pick out the sprint car drivers out of these fields. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there you go.
Throwing it sideways.
Chucking it. Well, the white flag's in the air, and it's for the 60 machine of Taylor Morrison out of turn number 4 to take the victory in the one and only senior mini dwarf heat race. Oh, yeah.
I wonder where all the other senior mini dwarf races are. It must be prom night or something.
Prom night. So this car, Bobby Courtney, the 97, was driving into turn 1, but the 99 machine spun out just in front of him, and it was such a sloppy track. You know, they were the first ones, I think, out to set the track in, and it was so slippery that there was just nothing this car could do. Went right into the 99. That thing's bouncing. That thing's driving like my Lincoln, Tommy.
It's running good. It's looking good. I think we have a race car here
I'm
tonight.
pretty sure that thing's going to lift off the ground.
I think you're right.
Now, what's interesting is this test is going right before their heat race for the Hardtops. Maybe it's just a one-car heat race.
There it is. Bobby Courtney wins his own race.
Good for him.
It's a shakedown run for the number 97 car. The last time Bobby Courtney was here with the Broken Yellow Cafe Bakersfield Hardtops.
Tommy, I mentioned the issue, so obviously that's one car that's going to be back on track. Another issue that happened, I mentioned the Tim Randolph machine having his problem in Pro Stocks. Also having an issue was the 50 of Chris Smith, broke a trailing arm.
That's no good.
No.
But that might be okay if someone's got a spare part that they can load.
Yeah, from what I saw in the pits, he wasn't as gung-ho about. I'm pretty sure he was like, "What the heck? We're trading paint right now."
Good. Told you they're here to shine and grind. All right, folks, on the racetrack right now, we get to see him for the second time in 2 weeks, twice as nice here in Bakersfield for the Bakersfield Hardtops. And on the pole, the number 4 machine, that is Josh Aiden to his outside, the 102, piloted by Tom Dugan. Inside row number 2, all by himself, is the number 7 of Richard Souza. Third row has a 5 of Machine Gun Mark McCaslin, who almost had a main event win at Bakersfield Speedway last Saturday night. And the 14 rounding out the field, that is driver Jason Stanfield.
Well, these two were beating and banging before the race went green, so what does that tell you?
Yes. Now, for the ones that have never seen the Bakersfield Hardtops before in their life, something wrong with the 7 of Souza. It looks like he got that car back running again. These cars may look old because they are. They may look really fancy and pretty because they are. But don't think for a second. Don't you think for a second that these cars are here to do an exhibition race. This is not an exhibition class. These drivers are racers, and we've already tangled some up in the hot laps. Battle for the second spot to the outside, Mark McCaslin, who you asked him in the pits, what happened last Saturday at Bakersfield Speedway? He was leading the entire main event until the final lap, and it looks like, I believe he said the transmission cooler exploded, so he obviously overheated the transmission. And lost the race, of course. He lost the race by a car length.
In a 3-wide finish.
Well, Yaden looking good right now in the number 4 machine, Josh Yaden. The blue and yellow number 4. Behind him, Machine Gun Mark McCaslin in the second spot. Third spot, the 102 of Dugan. And Jason Stanfield in the 14. Closing in and making a battle battle for the third spot here live on lowbudget.tv, as well as our little sneak peek on Facebook. So if those of you on Facebook are looking for some action here tonight on the internet, tune in with us, go live with us all night long on lowbudget.tv. We have a battle for the lead brewing up, Jeffrey.
This is it, Tommy. The 4 machine has it. The 5 machine wants it. Funny how those numbers work out. We also have a side-by-side battle for the third spot.
Jason Stanfield to the inside of the 102 of Tom Dugan. So awesome to see these race cars, Jeffrey. I mean, these obviously we weren't around when these cars were in their heyday, when these were the late models.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, for us, we are spoiled here out in Bakersfield because the Bakersfield Hardtops, those guys put on a great show with these cars. And you know the maintenance alone has to be difficult when you can't buy parts at AutoZone or Pep Boys or anywhere else. Out of turn number 4 to the checkered flag. And a little bit sideways, Josh Hayden leads the 5 of McCaslin. Third spot goes to the 102 of Dugan. Stanfield on his bumper. And Souza, who had his third place start, stalled at the beginning of this race, got back together, and he was closing in on that third place battle.
And you can see it there on the pillar, folks. 1950 Plymouth. That's the 7 car right there. A lot of these cars have it written on the side as far as what they are. I believe the 5 cars from 1968 I mean,
incredible.
We got some oldies in the field.
Now the only things that they've really done to these cars is stuck 350 Chevy motors in them.
Here's the oldest car in the field from 1965, the number 68 machine.
I love it. Steve Capella saying sweet live video. Seth D. Merchant checking in with us. Terry Bowman says thanks guys. Princess Sierra Kinney watching all the way from West Virginia. So I want to know, for those of you taking a sneak peek on our live looking on Facebook, and for those of you watching on lowbudget.tv with us, where are you watching from? Who are you rooting for? What are you making for dinner? And what are you drinking tonight?
But it's been a long day.
As I'm going to hand it over to Jeffrey.
Oh yeah, good field. But it is good field. We have some good car counts here tonight. I believe 4 of our divisions topping 12 cars, and then I think it's the senior mini dwarfs coming in just below. So a lot of good fields here tonight, Tom. We got 5 divisions racing on here.
I love these cars.
Oh, you oughta. So starting on the poles, the number 26 of Brandon Stanfield. On the outside, the winner last week at Bakersfield Speedway, Justin Yaden in the number 68. Starting on the inside is the 97 machine of Bobby Courtney, and we got the 84 of Bronson Chavez. Rounding out the field is the number 3 of James Bradburn, and watching for the green, it is waving. We're green flag racing. Oh, the Bakersfield Hardtops into turn number 1.
Into turn number 1.
This car is ranging from 1930s, 40s, and 50s.
Battle for the third spot.
It's funny when you could talk about a newer model in this class from 1950.
Yeah, exactly. Brand new model.
I mean, to put in perspective, folks, let's not kid ourselves. Some of these cars are closing in on 100 years old.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
It's insane. Some of these cars were on their way to get crushed, and were saved by the owners of these cars. So I know that was the story for Mark McCaslin's machine, who finished second in the last heat race. Watching Courtney battling to the inside of the 26. Stanfield continues to fight hard. The only car we didn't see take it to the green here. Oh, the 84 holds on to it.
I think it's a miniature bus.
We didn't see Shea get back out here, Tom, at the 99, as we talked about with the contact in the hot laps earlier.
You know, we should have put the camera on the black and white setting, and it really screwed with everybody. So again, if those of you tuning in with us, taking a sneak peek on our Facebook Live video, it's not going to last long, I promise you that. Tune in if you want to see all the action tonight. B-Mods, we got Pro Stocks, we got these Bakersfield Hardtops, and the Mini Dwarf. Dwarfs Racing as we have a battle for the lead.
Battle for the lead. 68 machine trying to hold him off. Yaden on the outside. Bradburn to the inside. Bradburn looking for a bit of redemption after his weekend last time out at Bakersfield Speedway. He's to the inside, gets on the gas, gets some good bite, and takes the lead into turn number 3. I don't think Yaden's giving up though on that 68. Tommy, I was talking to these drivers. The beautiful thing about these cars, they told me these things are so jacked up that sometimes they don't know if they're turning left or right.
Why am I not surprised?
Yaden's closing back in on Bradburn. Looking to the inside as the white flag is in the air. And these drivers are going to see it. They're going to push extra hard in these old buckets. Oh, drifting up. I love hearing them talk about, like, trying. I joked with them. I'm like, so you setting up the car? And they're like, yeah, right. Good one. Out of turn number 4, it's going to be a drag race here. Yaden gets sideways. Oh, boy, hold on to it. Bradburn takes the win. Yaden settles for second. Courtney with a good third place finish after having to fix a tie rod. And then you see that number 26 machine of Stanfield, and rounding out the field, the 84 of Chapels.
Hey, you just gotta love that these drivers are running these cars as hard as they possibly can.
Oh yeah.
And these things out.
I have a question for you, just because memory doesn't serve me properly here.
Okay.
Was the 63 in the last race? Settlemeyer?
Say that again?
Settlemeyer. Was he in the last race?
He tried to race in the 84 car.
No, I'm talking about in the last heat race.
No, not that I know of.
So, for some reason, he wasn't up for the heat either.
Saving it. He's saving it.
Because he raced in the heat race at Bakersfield Speedway.
Checking in from Cordova, Tennessee. Carla Laney watching online, and Tom Smith should be there. We know the rebel Tom Smith, and they're drinking tacos and beer. David Rutledge checking in from Atascabama. As we, you know what, we'll spoil you with this one. How about that?
Okay, one more.
One more, and then we're out. We promise. We can't keep you live any longer because our paid audience will complain, and I cannot blame them there. Well, on the pole in this one, this is Pro Stock Heat Race number 1, the number 54 of Blazin' Brady Bell, bringing the field to the green. Dave King to his outside. We are racing. Toby Randolph in the 20T machine, third. The number 11M, that is driver Clay Daly. The 1 machine, that is Robert Manelli. And rounding out the field, the black number 87 of Chris Clinton. And that is your heat number 1 lineup as we see the battle for the lead brewing up here. Brady Bell getting some pressure by the number 43, Dave King.
And a reminder, as the 1 machine spins out over in turn number 3 and 4.
And we will see a yellow flying.
Tommy, it's worth mentioning this 43 team has an advantage on the field.
Yes, I think I know where you're going with this.
Because they are a 2-car team here.
Yep.
The younger King raced in the mini dwarfs, and when you have 2 cars, Tommy, even just a mini dwarf, obviously the mini dwarf is able to give you insight on the track conditions.
Very true. I mean, the 1/5 of a mile is almost very similar to this third mile.
Practically no difference. This is where everybody in the live looking's like,
am I sure that I want to watch these goofballs?
These guys are idiots.
Well, can't say that they're wrong.
No, can't argue with that. Tomorrow night we're going to be at Irwindale Speedway.
Yeah, bummer that we're not going to be at Bakersfield Speedway. Just a schedule lined up in our non-advantage. Robert Dean asking how much to watch. Go to lowbudget.tv to find out. We've got it cheap to $20 is the highest price to pay to see an entire night of racing. Joseph Rose loves watching the old cars. Jim from Iowa. Bon Schmidt. John, sick at home. This helps me feel a lot better. All right, John, good to hear that. Cleveland, Tennessee, says Ryan McCart. Josh Dedman says thank you. John Schuer, if I said that correctly, from Warsaw, Indiana.
And I know without my glasses, I'm in a world of hurt. So if you're trying to read your mobile device or your
So if you're liking what you see here right now, check us out live on lowbudget.tv for the remainder of the night's action. These are just heat races out in California. It's a heat wave we're getting as well as these heat races. So plenty of racing action left to go after this heat and all night long as Brady Bell brings the field back to the green flag and it's waving. Our goal here on Low Budget TV to make you feel like you're here in the stands with us. We want you right next to our side enjoying the night of racing. As we got King in the second spot now with pressure behind Clay Daly in the 11. Trying to get to the inside. He is there by a quarter panel. Now door into turns number 1 and 2. Side by side for the second spot. King goes wide, slips back to third as Bell holds on to the lead. He's got a hard charging number 11M of Clay Daly in the second spot trying to go for the lead. This is our first time seeing the Pro Stocks, I think, since Santa Maria, Jeffrey. We saw them last at Santa Maria. Side by side for the lead battle up front. Daly to the inside battling with the 54 of Bell. Daly has the lead that lap. Bell fighting hard on the outside. No traction up high. Clay Daly gets the job done out of turn number 2.
This battle rages on as well as one for third.
Yeah, David King holding off the number 20T of Toby Randolph. As I'm keeping an eye up front. Plenty of racing action here. And this track's going to slick up. It's going to make, as you see, different corners, different racing. And it's going to be a fun night of action here from the Kern County Raceway Park dirt track. White flag waves for Clay Daly out of turn number 2. He's got himself about a car length lead. That closes up into turn number 3. Brady Bell looking to the inside through turns number 3 and 4, but Clay Daly gets the job done and takes heat number 1 in the Pro Stocks here tonight. And into turn number 1.
Where are you going?
Where is Clinton going? I think he's ready to try out that inner track.
I like it.
All right, well, we have to cut it now. So for those of you that want to see the remainder of the action live here right now happening this very second from Low Budget TV, you go to www.lowbudget.tv. You can see it in high definition. You can see it in high quality. You can see it in standard definition. We've got 3 choices for your viewing pleasure here tonight at the dirt track at KCRP. Happy to have you with us, but now we got to be exclusive to our live audience on Low Budget TV. So with that, we're going to cut the freebie stream on Facebook. Thank you all for tuning in with us, whether you're live online or on Facebook. And we'll see you here, continuing on for the remainder of the night.
Decade here at the dirt track at Kern County Raceway. The last time.
All right, ready to get through the lineup of heat number 2?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay, I'm ready.
I'm a good salesperson. I raked you over the coals for that one.
Yeah, you did. Well, in both of these heats, we did not end up seeing Tim Randolph in the 11X or Chris Smith in the 50, as we talked about. Smith breaking a trailing arm, and
he was scheduled to start in the 6th spot.
The number 11X machine of Tim Randolph breaking something in the motor.
Now the Pro Stocks did try to qualify earlier today. That did not work out because timing and scoring has failed, and something tells me that it's still failing.
Yeah, so these drivers are, or this division ended up going with the random draw for their starting positions. As we get ready to go, the number 5 machine of Frank Nyback starting on the pole with Tommy, the number 38T of Doug Thornton outside row number 1. We got the 13 machine in the field. That is Matt Mayo. Outside of him, Billy the Kid Simpkins in the 68. Rounding out the field, jumping to the middle of a 3-wide is that 21 JT machine of Justin Crockett. Now he's on the apron.
Trying something new.
He's saw what Clinton did in the last heat race and wanted to give it a try. Nybeck! We got away with that one.
Yeah, that was incredible driving by all three competitors.
That was a stunt. That was a stunt move.
That was impressive because there was a lot of race cars in one spot and they got through it.
Yeah. And as we mentioned for our viewers here tonight, one apology we'll have in advance is that while we're going to bring you the racing coverage here tonight, and it's starting to be good racing coverage, the one thing we might be a little bit behind on are lap counts, because we don't have any lap counter here, so we're going to be at the mercy.
Maybe not. I think the scoreboard is the issue.
Scoreboard,
According to Race Monitor.
Oh, so we're good.
I think so.
We should be all right. All right. How about does that, Tommy?
$2,500 additional prize money.
Cool. All right, so one lap complete.
7 to go. 8 lap heat races here at the Kern County Dirt Track.
Yep. Now, here's the bummer, Tommy. Talking about Randolph. His issue is that...
I'm watching Star Wars.
Yeah, I know. I see what you're saying. Luckily, the wind's going.
Well, that's what's so funny is the bugs are trying hard to get that light, but they're going right by it.
These drivers have a race tomorrow night.
Yeah.
And when you're talking about points and everything, these drivers are involved with. Randolph obviously not happy about his circumstances. So.
You getting him?
I think it just smacked
we got a bug infestation around this track.
Yeah,
and they're just weird bugs is what they are.
Yeah.
They're like friendly and then they bite. And then it itches. Like 2 days later it itches.
Yeah, it's weird. I made the right call last time to wear pants. I made the wrong call this time to wear shorts.
Why, are they crawling up your legs?
A little.
I just hope that Tom Smith is able to tune in at the Laney household.
Yeah.
Remember Tom Smith? I do. He races at Paris Auto Speedway now in the number 31.
Are you talking about the Tom Smith, the figure 8 driver? The yellow with blue numbers, number 31? Tom Smith. Green flag. 7 laps to go in this heat race. Crockett started last in this race, but he's battling for the lead here in lap number 2. Mayo in the 3rd spot. Thornton trying to hold them all off on the outside line. Carries the momentum into turn number 1. And continues to hold that top spot. Battle for 3rd here with Mayo on the outside of Simpkins. Oh, Thornton goes to the inside line that time.
Where are you
and
going,
they're all over the place here. It's like everybody got confused.
I thought for a second that Mayo had a flat tire, but he just hit a slick
Yeah, it's
spot.
weird, Tommy. It looked like everyone started shifting their line, and I think Mayo just maybe didn't have a good visual.
He was going where others aren't.
I don't know. That car's not turning at all. Some kind of problem with the 13 machine.
Who needs to turn another wall there?
Battle for the lead. Crockett to the inside of Thornton. Got a good run out of turn number 2. This is going to allow him to get back down there, but Thornton is really working that outside line. Now he needs to. Crockett is going to spin out and almost catch the K-Rail on the front straightaway.
Wow.
I think, and big problems for the 68 machine. Up in smoke right when the yellow flag came out.
Yeah, that thing is smoking big time under the hood.
This is definitely going to help with the bug problem.
Wow.
And hurt with just about everything else. That is not good.
Definitely hurt under the hood of that 68. He's just going to bury the 21 right now. Now, the smart thing that Billy did was that he pulled it right up to the flag stand so everybody can watch the rescue process happening. But in reality, the smart thing that he did was pull it right to where the fire and rescue can get to him.
I'm telling you, man, we're smoking out the bugs here tonight. Look at
Simpkins.
Made a mess of this joint. He rolled it up and smoked it tonight.
Well, that puts out the red flag here on this heat race.
Wow. That's a bummer for Simpkins, man. This is his baby, in a way. He's a big part of tonight's B-Mod action.
That's not the case.
Which this isn't.
The oil pan is not ventilated. I'm
the B-Mod.
No, it's not. But being that he had 2 nights of a fun weekend planned, and it might have been cut short with the pro stocks here tonight.
Tommy, can you zoom in on the left front of the 21?
I would, but there's a flag stand in the back.
No, the 21.
Back there.
Is the left front broken on that thing?
It kind of looks that way, but it could also be the body. But I see what you see. There's a huge gap, and it looks really goofy.
It just it doesn't look right. We'll get a better vantage point as he goes through the turn here. Simpkins pushed off. We talked about the mechanical issues for the pro stocks here tonight. Just from mechanical issues, we've lost 3 of these pro stocks here. Only one of which I think we probably have hopes will be back on track, and that would be the 50 of Smith.
Hard to tell with Crockett's 21 machine.
Now it looks okay.
I wonder if it's just the body. Maybe they just didn't line it up.
I guess we'll find out. Luckily, the left front is the one you could get away with.
That's true on dirt track.
At the Bakersfield Speedway tomorrow. So the winner of tonight's
Crockett looks like he is not gonna. He tricked me.
California
Tricked
Sport
me.
Mod Shootout. Tomorrow night, the winner
Yeah, I think it is just the body.
towards the California Sport Mod Shootout.
From the vantage point, it just looked broken.
Versus their finishing position. Now the cumulative total of those points.
Am I stepping on your cord?
No, I'm just keeping an eye on the
The Motor
bugs.
City Throwdown United.
But this is about how it was last time I was here.
I'll take this for sure.
Big bonus money courtesy of Motor
Taking
City
home a lot of bugs is no fun.
No.
Brent Grissom.
One to go till we're back racing. Thornton, our leader. Nyback and Mayo going to fill the first row behind the leader.
Play with this truck.
Kenny Harrison in the house tonight.
Playing, you going to lower it a little bit?
Apache, California.
I think I put the back leg up a little too high.
You got high.
Of course, sponsoring, I believe, Tom.
Playing with my legs. I have 3 legs. No, that's what a tripod is. Don't be getting weird now.
Getting ready to go back to racing. Watching for the flag. Green flag. Mayo with a great run out of turn number 4. The challenge for the lead goes way wide. Trying to make something happen on Thornton. Now Thornton's done a real good job protecting this as we have 3 laps to go in this race. It's weird because Mayo's car, I can't figure out if it wants to turn or not.
Yeah, the thing is going straight up towards the wall, gave up the 2nd spot. They got to do some front end work on that 20 or that 15 or 13.
Close enough.
I'm getting there.
White flag out for Thornton into turn number 1. The 38T machine holds the lead. He's fought for this one. Mayo is going to Bakersfield.
Going downtown.
And that caused Nyback to spin out in the 5N. He didn't hit anything. Checkered flag out for Thornton.
No overtime line here at Kern.
Nope. Mayo in 3rd. And Nyback rounding out the field of cars running. And that will round up our heat races for the pro stocks. So to finish off heat racing action, we got the BMOS coming up next.
With that engine failure. Rounds out the
No, Tom Smith is not here. He would have had his pro stock with him.
The 04M.
But he don't.
Austin Manziel.
He don't do them
inside
things.
of row 2, a double nickel.
Well, he's here tonight. Austin Ruskoff in the number 88C will start on the outside front row with a 48 of Mike Dean inside row number 1. Row number 2 has a 55 of Matt Lewis. And this in the number 3 machine, the 3M, that is driver Jeff Miller, who was supposed to start in the back. The 04 machine of green, Austin Manzella. The 3 of Austin Kiefer, the 3AC, and the 18 rounds out the field, the 18C of Chris McKellar. Sport mod, or I shouldn't say sport mod here at this track. B mod, oh, contact! And McKellar surprisingly gets the worst end of it, but I think Manzella has more. She's got a right front flat. So Chris McKellar coming to a spin, avoiding it. The 04M of Austin Manzella, a flat left front and a flat right front.
What?
Over here behind the water truck. I believe he's got 2 front flats.
Left front looks okay.
Oh, does it? Okay. So he's got a flat right front.
Media man, always blowing things out of proportion.
Well, you got to keep the drama high.
And he rolled over. Actually, last week we saw a car roll over and keep going. By the way, that was the leader for the next 20 laps.
Yeah. That happened to be an enduro race, not any of these modified types.
No.
And the 04M of Austin Manzella is on hot pit lane right now, but I don't see any members down there. We've got one of our officials taking a look.
You should post a short video of that on Facebook where you say leader rolls and keeps leading.
I should.
So Russ Goff-
I posted it on YouTube.
You did?
I sure did.
The whole race or just the flip?
The whole damn race.
I want to watch the whole thing.
Well, you got plenty of time at work, it sounds like.
Huh.
What are some of the most recent races that you've watched
Looks
while
like
working?
Matt Lewis
on YouTube?
in the double nickel, the 55 is taking that spot on the outside of row number
None.
2. But
No. I don't watch racing.
what I'm looking
You
for-
listen.
I listen.
That's true. I misconstrued.
What are you talking about?
I misconstrued.
Listen to racing. I don't know.
Do you ever listen to Low Budget TV?
Yeah, all the time. I'll listen to our races just to kind of
Laugh at us?
reminisce about what kind of good stuff is going. I don't know. It's weird. Listening to racing helps me
Focus?
yeah. It kind of just gets me in the mood to do engineering.
Well, I will let you know this: that Chris McKellar is in the lead right now, according to the timing and scoring.
Well, good for
Back to
him.
the low side with the 55 of Matt Lewis. Up high in row number 3, the 3AC Austin Kiefer. 18C.
He's still leading.
Chris McKellar all alone in row number 4. Out of this one is the 04M of Austin Manzella.
Well, on the front row, all by himself, we'll restart with 7 laps to go. 1 lap into this heat race of 8 laps. 88C of Austin Ruskoff, bringing the field to the green.
The 88C sets the pace.
Any minute now.
Out of turn number
Green flag. Dean in the 3rd spot, bouncing around. He's trying to hold off Hungry Hounds behind. Now he's shooting to the 2nd spot, trying to get around the 3M of Jeff Miller. Ruskoff, your leader. Side by side for 3rd. That is 48 of Michael Dean to the outside. Austin Kiefer. Dean going to have to check up from sliding up the track. That'll create a 3-wide battle for 4th.
Dean is running 3rd place in points out of Santa Maria, looking to pick up the 2nd spot after this weekend's racing.
And 3 wide to the inside of Dean. Chris McKellar, spinner in the yellow caution. On the 1st lap, up to the 4th spot now with Mighty Matt Lewis in tow in the 55. Ruskoff still leads down into turn number 1. He's opening up a lead now. Look at this big swarm of modifieds. Ruskoff is checked out. We're watching where the action's at right now.
Granted, this track does a lot of work to its track following heat races, but watch these cars going into turn 1. I think we have a bit of a rut starting to form here on the inside line.
You see them bouncing. So that's something that I think they can work on to help alleviate between.
That's right where they had a malfunction with the water truck earlier.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Look at Ruskoff's lead. He heads down onto turn number 1. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th now in turns number 1 and 2. So Ruskoff has himself a straightaway lead over 2nd and 3rd. So I think the 88C machine is going to be a one to beat here tonight.
We got the Ruskoffs in the house tonight?
I think we probably have a few Ruskoffs. They usually tune in when we're live and their driver is racing here. Through turns number 3 and 4, Austin Ruskoff dominates heat race number 1 in the B-Mod. 2nd spot battle will be the 3M of Miller. 3rd is the 3AC of Austin Kiefer. 4th, McKellar. 5th, Lewis. And 6th, Michael Dean. Rounding out the field to 7 is a 04 of Manzella, who has now 2 front flaps.
He does?
Yeah, I saw the left front wrinkling.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, and
You're just digging for that, man.
I'm doing for it.
You're a gold digger.
Austin Manzella pulling off the track right white on black top.
True story.
All right, C5, that is Wayne Kaufman and Tommy Nicholas Kaufman. He's tuning in.
Yeah.
And Wayne Kaufman said to tell him that he said hi because Nick is tuning in from Kansas
Whoa.
tonight. So,
Nick, a loyal viewer. We got to thank Nick for tuning in with us.
yeah. And Wayne specifically said, say hi to Nick for me.
Good dad.
Well, he'll be starting on the pole in this heat race. Outside of him, the number 4 machine and Garrett Jernigan. Inside row number 2 is the number 7 machine of Clint Rickenback. Outside of that, we got the 13M machine of Matt Mayo doing double duty tonight. 85 driver Joey Dominguez, and rounding out the field, the 68. We just saw him blow up his pro stock 68S of Billy Simpkins.
Yes. Well, Jeffrey, here we go. Heat number 2 for the B-Mods. Now, funny enough, you got slapped by an IMCA official, playfully slapped,
Yes.
for calling them B-Mods at Bakersfield Speedway, which is IMCA sanctioned.
Yes.
But tonight, since this is not an IMCA sanctioned racetrack, we have to call them B-Mods because IMCA will not be happy with us calling them Sport Mods.
It didn't feel like a playful slap.
Oh, okay.
You rung my bell.
Saddle up front.
Side by side for the lead. Jernigan to the inside of Kaufman. Kaufman likes it way up there, it looks like.
That reminds me of Michael Johnson, who used the high side to his advantage a month ago.
Yeah, he was one of the few cars to go up there. Michael Johnson isn't going to get here probably for another hour.
Probably not. No.
Side by side for second, Rickenback to the inside. If I'm correct, which I might not be, but I think this is Rickenback's first race out here
Really?
at KCRP.
Now that surprises me.
To the inside of Kaufman. Yeah, talk to Rickenback a little bit. He's the point leader out at Santa Maria.
He's also been fast everywhere we've seen him racing.
Well, leading this one's Jernigan, man. Talk about a fast car. But the battle is for second. Kaufman's going to lose it to Rickenback going into turn number 1. And Simpkins closes in on that battle. Now, Tommy, there's a bit of a special thing going on with the Sport Mods this week.
Yeah, the Motor City Throwdown group putting up some money, bonus money, for the 2 B-Mod / Sport Mod races this weekend in Bakersfield.
Oh, Kaufman around.
And he got into those bumps, Jeffrey.
And he also got Simpkins. Billy's just not going to run heat races anymore. Checkered flag for Jernigan. Oh, roadblock.
Garrett Jernigan, your winner. Second spot, Rickenback. Third spot will be Mayo. Fourth, Dominguez. Fifth, Kaufman. And sixth place, Billy the
And that's
Kid.
a wrap on heat races. So thank you for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, a reminder that we do live racing a lot. Keep an eye on our Facebook page for everybody. Low Budget TV on Facebook, Low Budget TV on YouTube. Lowbudget.tv is the place where you want to go to watch everything live.
All right, for the YouTube viewers, this ends the video now. For the ones watching live on lowbudget.tv, we got main events coming up after our intermission. Now that
after a very short intermission
is a nap right there.